welcome around the world as we have 5 lights on. They touch Martin.
Look at this, top 4 then, almost nose to tail.
Why is Papa my so unlucky?
Oh, so close.
Well, you don't need me to remind you that Formula One is now so beloved in the United States that we race here 3 times a year. But let's give respect to COTA, or the Circuit of the Americas, to give it its full name. This place laid the foundations for this moment and still remains the host of the US Grand Prix. We're racing today then in Travis County, Texas, where 20 corners and speeds of up to 200 miles per hour await us on this magnificent racetrack. It's 60% full throttle with plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the 2 DRS zones into Turn 1 and the long back straight into Turn 12. What a race we have in store today. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Phoenix completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Piastri, Charles Leclerc, and Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Hülkenberg, Ocon, and Lance Stroll, Gasly, Albon, Carlos Sainz, and Antonelli, Norris, Bortoletto, Ollie Behrman, and Isaac Hadjar. Lawson and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me for the first time this season here in the commentary box, Naomi Schiff. Hello, Gnomes. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race. But I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the cut. And then I stepped to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So what the drivers when they're on the grid? Some may be sitting on the floor isolating, others may be to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
The formation lap gets underway then, and it's going to be interesting today to see how the dry conditions could affect the lifespan of the tyres. We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Phoenix on the soft tyre, Max is on the mediums. Who will get a better start? It's lights out, and away we go! Phoenix definitely got a better start, and he's alongside his teammate as they climb uphill into turn 1. And he gets past into the lead. Where's Piastri? In second behind Phoenix. I assume he went down the inside on Verstappen into turn 1. So it's Phoenix, Piastri and Verstappen, the top 3 at the moment. Here we go! Piastri behind Phoenix as they head into turn 12, actually swapping places briefly, but Phoenix won't hand that position easily and goes back down the inside to regain the lead. Here's a race star replay, on board with Phoenix and gets a better start, almost alongside with Verstappen, then goes for a door that Verstappen left wide open and goes down the inside into the lead. On board with Verstappen this time, who gets a decent start. Not as good as Phoenix, and soon you will see him up the inside. There he is, which forces Verstappen to go offline and open a door for Piastri, who takes that second place away. It's Phoenix versus Piastri again down this back straight, and Phoenix is behind, but he goes for it once again and locks up, but manages to get out cleanly and retake the lead from the McLaren. At this point, they're going to battle every lap, as Piastri this time approaches turn 1, and absolutely nothing Phoenix could do there to stop it, and Piastri is in the lead as Phoenix does the switcheroo and gets a better exit. They go side by side through the S's, but one of them is going to have to yield, and does, and it's Oscar Piastri. Wow, I'm out of breath. Phoenix weaving to break the toe down the back straight, but he is under pressure once again by Oscar Piastri, who gets ahead temporarily, but Phoenix never hands that position easily. Especially for the lead, and goes down the inside once again to take that lead back, and it's Phoenix still ahead of Piastri. Phoenix should be pulling away on the soft tyres, but he's not. He's battling with Piastri, which will be hurting his tyres and overall performance. It's Piastri versus Verstappen now, which will allow hopefully for Phoenix to pull away, and Piastri gets ahead slightly, but Verstappen, just like his teammate, doesn't give up and launches his car down the inside of turn 12 and ahead of Piastri, making it a Red Bull 1-2. Phoenix has indeed managed to pull away a little bit, but this time is Verstappen defending against Piastri, who stays ahead, having the inside line, and closes the door on Piastri as they exit to stay in second place. Phoenix in the pits then, followed by Charles Leclerc. Hopefully he gets a good stop. Finally, comes out ahead of Charles Leclerc in 17th place, while Piastri and Verstappen go longer out in front on the medium tyre. As some of you may know already, this is Phoenix's last race and video on both YouTube and Instagram for a few weeks. He is due for a surgery on the 4th of March, admitted on the 2nd. We wish him the absolute best of luck and a speedy recovery to get back in the car and making videos. Phoenix now under pressure from Charles Leclerc as they climb uphill into turn 1, and of course he goes down the inside and retakes 14th place from Charles Leclerc. Once again, Leclerc temporarily gets ahead into turn 12, but Phoenix never gives up and launches his car down the inside of turn 12 ahead of the Ferrari into 13th place. Max Verstappen coming out of the pits. Phoenix along the pit straight. Phoenix quite a long way clear, but Verstappen has left it late, allowing the two Ferraris now to be behind Phoenix for the lead. Watch out for Max Verstappen, who is on the soft tyre, attacking Lewis Hamilton into turn 1 and going side by side temporarily on the exit, but Verstappen's soft tyre gives him better traction to take 3rd place. On board with Charles Leclerc, who's gaining and gaining on Phoenix. With DRS and slipstream, Phoenix can't do anything about it, but if there's an opportunity to retake that lead, he will, and he does! He goes down the inside again to retake that lead from Charles Leclerc. Leclerc will most likely have one last chance down this straight to win this race, but it's not going to be easy. Leclerc gets ahead, but Phoenix is probably going to go down the inside into turn 12 and retake the lead. Yep, there we go. I'm not surprised. Phoenix has done that so many times in this race. This is the perfect way to end off. A win! What a journey it already has been for Phoenix. We wish him the absolute best for his upcoming surgery and bid him farewell for now as he crosses the line to win the United States Grand Prix. What a send-off for him. We hope to see him soon.
You have given everything. You can be proud of that, mate. Hold your head up high.
We showed that one final time in this class. I'm really proud of everyone to never give up.
I'm really going to miss Phoenix. He doesn't deserve what is happening with him. We will see how long Phoenix takes to recover from the surgery. Regardless, next up is Mexico, where Phoenix will hopefully be back and all clear and ready to race in a few weeks. Phoenix and Leclerc still the top two in the Drivers' Championship. Anything can still happen. See you in a few weeks.